Alright, welcome back to another GT track guide. This time we're at Daily Race B. This is a Group 3 car race, and the lap we're going to run through is in a GTR Nismo GT3 2013. The track this week is Dragon's Tail Garden Reverse. To be honest with you, the track is fast-paced and just begging you to leave the track. So a bit of a mess and a bit of fun online. Let's run through it. Alright, to start with, we're in full speed coming down the back straight across the finish line, and as you can see, he's going full speed. We're looking for our brake mark on the left hand side. So what he's doing is he's full accelerator. He's just starting to put the brake on now, just before the 100 board. He's down gearing into fourth and then turning in just as he hits the 50 mark down to third. He's almost full brakes now, feathering the brakes off, going as wide as possible. You're not touching that inside edge there on the corner. You can try, but you just want to try and get this next entry as straight as possible so you can get on the accelerator as early as possible. Look, he's already playing with the accelerator now, and then he's basically full already. So he's gone fairly wide, not too wide, but he's just trying to make this corner and this apex as tight as possible. He's not running over the edge there. He's just basically touching his left-hand tyres on the line. You could probably cut it a little bit more if you wanted to, but it all depends on how you set up that corner, how far wide you go to the left. Most important thing is his full accelerator and running through and making the corner as wide as possible. So just an inside view, his fifth gear into fourth at the 100, just like his half brakes there to full brakes right there, and then right before the 50 he's just starting to work his way in to the right. There's no accelerator on, so he's in third, down to second, down to first to scrub that speed, and now he's just trying to pick his entry. So it kind of looks like from here that you're touching the white line with your left tires, but then he's straight back into third, straight on the accelerator, touching his right wheels there, and away he goes full throttle and just going top speed again. So down this straight, he's got full 100% accelerator on. He's going to go fifth gear, slowly make his way over to the right hand side of the track. Now this is important, he's going as far right as he's comfortable. If you go too right, you can start to upset the car as you turn in, but you can see right here his whole car is across the white line on the right hand side. He's still in fifth gear. So we're trying to look for a brake marker here. So he's still full accelerator. It looks like he's just turning in right with that Michelin sign on the right hand side. And then as he turns in here, this section's really flowy, so it's just going to take some practice. But Michelin sign on the right hand side, he's starting to turn in. He's down in the fourth with about 50% brake on, and you're just going to see him feather with that brake and play with the accelerator a little bit the whole way through. So into third, he's not touching that apex. He is touching the white line on the right here, halfway through this section, which again is just opening up the next corner, trying to make that as large as possible so it can be on the accelerator as soon as possible. He's into second to try and make this apex. And then his third, full accelerator, and going as wide as possible here. Again, if you go too wide here, you're going to hit the grass, you're going to lose your lap, all that kind of stuff, but essentially keep your left tires on, and then full accelerator. So again, from bonnet view, he's in fifth gear. We're looking for that Michelin sign on the right hand side. He's going to get his tires essentially right off the track here, right on that white line, left hand tires. Hits that sign, starts turning in. In this view, it looks like he basically fully cuts that corner. Fourth into third, doesn't quite hit that apex, but goes full wide here, and right here is where his right tires are touching that white line. Into second, because it gets a bit tighter, and he's just trying to get this line right, and then cuts this apex, and essentially full accelerator here. Goes as wide as he's comfortable. You can see how it upsets the car pretty easily. You will go off track when you're practicing this, but then basically full accelerate again as fast as you can. And then again from this angle, you're in fourth. You can see his right hand tires are across this line to make this as wide as possible. He's then dropping to third. He's cutting this ever so slightly. You can see his car's about a half over that curve, not fully off. Still plenty of car left on the track. He's coming through. He's holding as much speed as he can in third. He's not really trying to cut that as wide as possible. Just wants to keep this line short. He's into fourth again. He's then cutting this curb. He's basically, 3/4 of the car's off the track. His left tires are right on that white line. And then he's coming through, and again, to keep this as straight as possible, he's essentially doing the same thing, but on the other side, his right tires are on the road. He's into fifth. So again, you're going to come out of here at full speed. You're not quite going to get to fifth gear, but you're going to drop back to third. You can't see it from this angle, but his right hand tires are across that white line, so he's trying to make this corner as wide as possible. There's no real clear brake marker here, but he's not really on the brakes, to be honest. He's just gearing to third to control his speed. He's turning in. He's not going to fully cut this curb, but he is going to put the car's right hand tires up on it. If you go too far right, you will spit the car across the track and you'll lose speed. And this next section is quite flowy, so he's going to hold third and just play with the accelerator. He's going to cut this, feather the accelerator a little bit, and then stable out. You see the car gets a bit unstable. And then he's going to hit fourth. He's going to cut that curb again, trying to make this as straight as possible. He's going to cut this curb again, trying to make it as straight as possible, into fifth. So once he comes through here, he's into fifth, full accelerator, and we're looking for his brake marker. It's pretty well right here. You can see his brake lights are on. It's not showing on telemetry yet, but he's at the 100. He's pushing the car as wide as comfortable. You can push it a little bit wider if you want, but you can see his left-hand tires are off the track here, and he's turning in just before that 50. He's full brake, down to like half brake quickly and then no brake. He's touching this curb. He's in second now. So about half the car is going to be on this curve in second. And he's basically on the accelerator again as soon as he can. Going to go as wide as possible. You can see he's essentially fully off the actual tarmac right there, and his right hand tires are across the line. Full accelerator. From cockpit view, you can see he's into fifth. He's waiting. Brakes are on right here. You can see he's coming off the accelerator. His brakes are on right now. You see them kick in. Full brake. Gears down to second. Comes in into first even. Sorry, I missed that the first time around. And then he's just cutting. It's only briefly there, and he's back into second. And he's cutting half across that. Full accelerator. Second, third. Away we go. So down this straight, you're just essentially going to go to top gear, full accelerator. You're going to see he come in. He's going to start trying picking where he is going to brake here. Again, we're at the 150. He's still full accelerator here. at the 100 essentially is where he starts coming off the accelerator a little bit. He's into fourth, third, second. Now again, this section is faster than you think, flowier than you think, but really hard to get right. So he's playing with the brake. He's 50% brake here as he tries to get his car to bounce across this apex. So he's essentially fully off the track. He's riding the sausage curb. Second gear, you can see where his car is here. If you cut this too far right, you're going to spit yourself off to the left once you bounce out. But if you get it right, it gives you as straight a line as possible through this next corner, which is left hand, fairly tight, downhill. So he's in second. You see it's unhappy there. He's getting on the brakes a little bit more to cut in. Third, he's essentially doing the same thing but on the opposite corner. He's almost fully off. He's riding the sausage curve there. And he's trying to get back on the accelerator. Full accelerator in the third. And he's going to do the same thing again. He's going to cut this corner as much as he practically can. Again, if you get this wrong, you come to the grass, it'll spit you out. But if you get it right, he's in third. He's going to be straight on the accelerator. He's going to go as wide as he can. Car's essentially off the track here. Right tyres are on the outside of the white line, but he's going to be fully accelerated here. So from this angle, you can see he's in fifth gear. Again, trying to spot that brake. It's not here, it's at the 100. He's into fourth. Full brakes into third. You see he's trail braking in here. He's going to fully commit on this curb into second. Car's going to unbalance. He's going to come in again. Third, accelerator. Fully accelerated basically right to the point where he hits it. He comes off for a second just to let go of the throttle. And then fully accelerate again. Third. And away. Away he goes. So he's coming in here, fully accelerator. There's no real turn-in spot here, so you can kind of look at the tire marks of what's going on the track. But essentially, you're going to go as wide as possible. He's in fourth. He's going to turn in. He's not going to brake. He's going to hold it. Just play with his accelerator. Hold fourth. He's essentially going to cut this curb and not go off it, but again, trying to make this as straight as possible. Hold as much speed. He's full accelerator here, which gives him a great exit. Straight down the back straight. So from bonnet view, he's in fourth. You can see how wide he is here. It looks like you're almost off the track in this view. He's turning in. He's playing with the accelerator a little bit. He's fully committed on the accelerator. He cuts the curb, which gives him the best pace possible down this back straight. You can have some fun drafts down here in the actual race, but from here it's just full accelerator to the finish line. So that's it. That's Dragon's Tail in reverse. You see he gets a 1:29.9 here, which is a pretty damn quick time. Happy hunting. Good luck.